Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. We're yucking ball. The two NL powers linked up. Yanks got the work from the Beers. Couple top prospects turning it around. Let's talk ball. Let's talk all of it. Edward Cabrera.
Torrey Hunter.
Double. Bloop double. Bloop double. Couple gamers. Hello, and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, presented by Fanatics Markets, where fans trade on sports. Fanatics Markets, available now on the App Store. The Patrick Bailey trade, we'll get there, people, okay? We might not. I'm Jake Storielli. That is Trevor Plouffe. Show's produced by Rob Scirocco. Dalton Feely, producer, sheet, content, I don't know. All of it. But it's how we get to May 11th. And we get you the best baseball show in the world. A lot of action. Coach Trev, how you doing?
May 11th feels like a significant day in my life, and I got to figure out why I'm thinking that, because I might be missing something today. Need to figure that out. Patrick Bailey trade. Eno Saris doesn't like it for either side, so there's your analysis. That. Boom. I'm doing great, Jacob. Talk to you about how I'm feeling a little bit this morning. I'm aged up.
Oh, okay.
It's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. You were something else. I actually need to apologize to you real quick.
Yeah, you do.
I shouldn't have commented that on your Instagram post.
I made a very nice Mother's Day post, and what did you comment? Huh?
Sup, mama.
Yeah, and I just don't know. That's not what Mother's Day's about. That's not what Mother's Day is about.
I meant like, hey, Mom.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like, sup, mama's not, hey, mom. Someone replied to that and said, serious F for F energy. So I don't know. I didn't know we were going to be there, but I'm glad we are. Because there's a lot of good ball action. Final happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Just the best. And yeah, man, I don't know, dude. The National League continues to roll on. The American League, Yanks are out of first place. Only 3 teams above 500 in the AL now, so somehow it got worse because of that AL Central bloodbath over this weekend. Let's start talking ball, because there's a lot of dudes I want to highlight. The Toronto got half a lineup back, so that could matter in a few weeks. Royals getting hot. Let's talk about all of it. It wouldn't be American League Baseball without the Chicago Cubbies, who went into Tejas. Make sure you got the right uni, Kumar. And they won that first game. Big Bad Ben Brown dropped it on them as the Cubs win 7-1. But unfortunately, they did not score the rest of the way. How about the Texas pitching? DeGrom, 7 shutty, 10 Ks. Leiter had to grind, but that Rangers bullpen always finds a way. Clutch Evan Carter home run. Texas Rangers, they kind of showed why they can be a scary team in this series. Cubs, how's your second 10-game win streak? You're going to be all right. Going to be all right. Mariners fans aren't exactly saying that. They lose 2 out of 3 to the Chicago White Sox. Check out where they are in the standings. The Mariners won that first game. Nuke Raleigh, have a day at the office. 7 RBI, 2 homers as they ball out on that day. But then it's White Sox. Miguel Vargas, 2 Yabo day. And then a 2-1. Davis Martin, Low Gill, where were you? And Randy Rosarena, where was that throw? Cal Raleigh in an 0 for a lot. Luis Castillo getting rocked around. Mariners have some problems. The Rays take 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox, and maybe that's obvious. Maybe it's not, but it has been so far this year. They win the bread games. The Red Sox game they won, a couple solo homers, and Connolly Hurley with a gem of a start, 7 shut piece. Outside of that, the Chandler Simpson show off the bench with a couple pinch hit and another hit after that. Junior Caminero is all over this series and not loving Peyton Toley's excitement, but that's none of his business because Nick Martinez shoves and the Rays continue their winning ways. Rhyme. The A's, keep it going, pal. The Baltimore Orioles, this was a fun series. Peter Alonso back in a big way, slapping the ball around the yard. But it wasn't enough in the first 2 games. Brent Rooker, Kurtz, Nick keeps getting on base at an extreme level. The A's win the first 2 games. Baltimore salvaged the set. Sevy, cover first, pal. Dylan Beavers late as he dams up a run. I don't know. That's not good.
I liked it.
Blue Jays, little Beaver joke. Could have went another way with it. Blue Jays take 2 out of 3 from the Halos. They take the first 2 games. Dylan Cease, remember that contract? That's because he pitched 7 shutout, 10 Ks. Okamoto and Ernie Clement. Alek Manoah returns to Toronto for the Halos. How do you like that? Ernie Clement, a 5-hit day in game 2. Brandon Valenzuela, where are you from, pal? Bopping it around from the catcher position. But Jose Soriano, as long as it's not against the White Sox, he's nearly unhittable this year. But George Springer back. Jays, they've been talking about this. The Royals take 2 out of 3 from the Tigers. Kyle Isbell, holy smokes, have a day. A couple big catches in the 8th inning. He's kind of known for that. And then he gets the hit late, the walk-off. Bobby Witt, we will watch the Inside the Park homer because he flew around the bases. And Michael Wacha with a gem of a start. Tigers, of course it was Gage Workman on a pitching chaos day. Matt Vierling, Trev, they salvage it. And then your final American League set. It's time for Best Western Road Warriors, brought to you by Best Western. The Minnesota Twins head to Cleveland and take down the Guard Dogs after dropping the first game. Bazana's first homer. Byron Buxton doesn't care, and thank God he doesn't, because everyone else on the Twins, I don't know. Buxton, the only person providing offense in game 2, but it was enough to win in 11 innings. And then the Twins win their first series in Cleveland since 2023 as they get it done on that final day. Brooks Lee, Royce Lewis, Austin Martin, the future is now. Life's a trip. Make the most of it with Best Western. That's what happened in the American League.
Take that, Chris Rose. Take that.
Yeah. Oh, the Baseball Today series. My goodness. Yeah. Rivalry.
Holy shnikes. How did they win that series? Pop, great job as always. Nobody better in the whole dang world. I have the standings. Do you want them?
Mm-hmm.
The American League is disgusting.
Tough.
Just a little warning before I read these standings. You might need a bucket.
Oh.
Let's start out east. We have 2 teams over 500, and that's nice. That's like a regular division. Maybe you'd have 3 teams over 500, but in this one, you got 2. It's the Tampa Bay Rays, a 1-game lead over your New York Yankees, 26-13 for them, 26-15 for the Yanks, 18-22 for the Toronto Blue Jays. You mentioned got some guys back. Hello, Addison Barger. How are you? The Baltimore Orioles, 18-23. Still not sure what to think about the unis. The City Connects, I kind of like them.
Be more?
Yeah.
They're not great. I have
like the orange.
Not to keep the people tuning in. I have a City Connect I'm fully out on. Stay later.
Can't wait for that. I just like orange. That's what an Oriole is an orange bird. There's a little bit, I don't know.
The B-more's okay.
It's okay. Boston at the bottom of the division, 17-23. And then in the Central, guess how many teams are over 500 in that division?
Nada.
Goose egg.
Yeah.
The Guard Dogs, 21-21 on top of the division. It's going to be fun, at least. Just because it's not good doesn't mean it's not going to be fun, Jake.
For who, pal?
19-21 for the second place Chicago White Sox. Southsiders are having fun, Jake. How about that? Detroit, 19-22. Kansas City, 19-22. And my Twins, we're in the mix, 18-23. Out west, 1 team over 500. So that 2 + 1 = 3, as you mentioned. 21-19 for them. And then it's a bunch of teams who I don't even know what to make of them. What are the Texas Rangers? What are the Seattle Mariners? I feel like they're a good team. Not so sure. 19-21 for the Rangers, 19-22 for the Mariners. And then 2 teams, I don't know, man. 16-25 for Houston, 16-25 for the Los Angeles Angels. 3 teams over 500 in all of the AL. Those are your standings. My goodness.
Thank you, Trevor. Yeah, it's a weird AL right now. If any team can put together a 10-game winner, which a reminder, the Cubs have now done 2 this year in the American League, you'd basically be locked into contender. any of them. Obviously easier said than done, and the Cubs are an incredible team. But yeah, Trev, if the White Sox, you mentioned the South Side, if the playoffs started today, there would be 2 Chicago teams in the postseason. The White Sox currently have that last AL wild card. Let's see if that holds. May 11th, the 19-21. And I will say this, I do like the White Sox Chicago Bulls uniforms. I know that's kind of been debated a little bit because it's kind of like a copy, but I like that. Like, you guys are in the same city. The Murakami Chicago Bulls jersey kind of slaps.
In on that, because he has 15 jacks, that's why. But I don't know. That's another one is that the one you were in on?
No, I guess I don't need to tease the people. The City Connect, I've decided I'm officially out on. Phillies does nothing for me. I don't like the font. I don't like the color. Like, the Phillies have such a good thing going. It doesn't feel Philly for me.
That's how I feel about Baltimore too. Like, okay. I just like, you have your thing. Like, the orange is your thing.
Right.
I guess the Giants have it too.
Yeah. And the Red Sox, I actually like their weird color uniforms. They don't.
I do too.
Kind of match. So we got to try things in this world. Today's episode is sponsored by Shady Rays. Shady Rays are built for real sports fans. No more squinting through the sun to track the fly ball, to see the scoreboard, to see the ump blowing the call. Because Shady Rays polarized lenses are going to get you there. And the lightweight frames won't slip when you're at the ballpark, golf course, or watching the game outside on the patio. Here's the best part. With Shady Rays lost and broken protection, if you lose or break them, even right after you get them, Shady Rays replaces them. No drama, no stress, no guilt. The other best part, the best part, Shady Rays is giving us an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com, code TALKIN50, 50% off 2 or more polarized sunglasses. That's TALKIN50, 50% off 2 or more polarized sunglasses at shadyrays.com. American League Baseball, back to the Chicago Cubs. Trev, the AL's a little clunky today. I'll be honest with you that we'll try to bop around, and always a reminder because we forget it. You guys know your team better than us. We catch up and we do our best, but you let us know what you saw on the field. And what I see here is a Chicago Cubs team that did win 10 straight again, that had been playing great. Ian Happ with an on-base streak. That whole Cubs lineup, Michael Busch had kicked into gear. But in those final 2 games, it's where Texas has been so tantalizing because they can pitch with anyone. That if Josh Young, who was amazing, had his first little slump, but if he's playing like how he's playing, Evan Carter, Corey Seager, like if this Rangers lineup were to ever happen for a month, like they could be one of the best teams of baseball with their high-level pitching.
Yeah, I mean, we've been waiting for it, Coach. It just hasn't really happened. And I'll spin this series in a different way. I feel like the Cubs should have won this series. I mean, a couple things for them. You know, obviously they win game 1 in easy fashion there. Ben Brown, we've been waiting. He seems like a starter to me. I know he's had success in the bullpen, out pitching as a starter out of necessity now because some of these injuries. But if he becomes like that kind of guy, look out. I mean, the Cubs they've done a great job navigating injuries. There's been a bunch of teams that have done it, but they've done a really good job. Going on to the second game, so much traffic on the bases early on for the Cubs, and they just didn't get anything done with runners in scoring position. It's bound to happen. You mentioned 10 games in a row. You're going to lose some games, and then it's the games that you don't hit with runners in scoring position. Typically, that's going to happen too. So they easily could have won this. That's kind of my spin on it. You got DeGrom last day, by the way, who just, you know, I don't know what the general feeling in the baseball community is of Jacob DeGrom, but here's what I have in my head. Obviously, I know he's a world-class, like top-tier pitcher in the big leagues. I'm just like, I'm not shocked, but like he impresses me. It's like my expectations maybe are too low for Jacob DeGrom now. I think I need to like raise them back up to maybe where they were 3 or 4 years ago. I just keep saying he's 38 years old, he's whatever, but he's the guy who he has always been, Jake. It's awesome to watch him throw. So you got DeGrom, but the other two, the middle game, you could have won if you're the Cubs. But I guess I agree with you on the whole Rangers thing. Like, yeah, obviously they're pitching, but their hitting just hasn't been there over the last 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much going back to the 2023 team that had an amazing lineup that that won the World Series, along with good pitching, as Ranger fans reminded us for a while, but El Bombi being a monster helped, and Seager and all that. I don't know. I understand what you're saying, Trev, that with DeGrom, we were just in this weird area of like, he was known as kind of the pitcher that's going to get hurt. And it was also weird because he was like, everyone was kind of like, dude, you're amazing. What if instead of throwing 101, 97? And now he's kind of doing that, which I don't know how intentional is, along with being 38. But it was one of those funny things when we look back at last year and it was like, wait, he did 30 starts, $172. That he's currently, he's on pace to do better than that. That watching some of his pitches, it's like, wait, what if? Because there's a fun Jacob deGrom conversation that I'll let you and Chris Rose hem and haw over another time when it's deep in the summer. That I think he's a for sure Hall of Famer. And then like you can start heading to a totally crazy area. What if he snuck out a Cy Young this year in the AL, where the Cy Young race is kind of wide open? Like there's no Skeens, there's no Ohtani. Schlittler had some of the best odds, and the Yankees might put a cap on him like at part of this season. That
and
I don't
Scoobs.
know. And that Scoops guy being out changes a lot. So I think with today's pitching standards, if you're someone that cared, I think DeGrom's already a Hall of Famer with how dominant he's been. And part of that is the second fastest player in games to get to 1,900 career strikeouts. Number one is Randy Johnson. Like, I know he doesn't have the innings of of Tugboat McGillicuddy, who threw a complete game for 3 straight years, but no starting pitchers do now. And what if DeGrom keeps going, dude? Like you said, he's 38, which we've seen some of these old dogs be able to push it into the 40s if they want. I don't know what he wants to do, but yeah, if he adds a couple more accolades to his profile, I think it's a no-brainer. I think it already is a no-brainer. And yeah, he's holding the pen again. Like for a couple years there, the story of Jacob deGrom, it felt out of control. Like the injury's going to happen and when's it going to be and how bad is it going to be? Now it feels like he's just a part of baseball again, which I'm appreciative of.
And good on the Rangers for realizing that. As I mentioned in game 2, 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position through the first 4 innings for the Cubs. They're a great team.
Lighter, couple timely strikeouts. Cubs.
Kumar, the wrong uniform, right uniform, wrong undershirt.
Yeah.
And how do you not know that? I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
in youth baseball, you can't wear a white undershirt, let alone in the big leagues.
Yeah, I mean, could it have been intentional funny business to see if he could get away with it? I don't know. Because he didn't, normally pitchers in those situations kind of throw a fit. Because they just,
no, he did not. He just like tossed the ball on the mound.
They can't process life for a second because pitchers are so crazy. And he was just like, oh, okay, yeah, these off good. So I don't know. Maybe he thought something.
I really would have liked him, and this is maybe just maybe I should not say this, but what if he just stripped out right in front of everyone, showed the abs off, and just threw the undershirt off and went like commando underneath?
Give me, Rob, this one's tough, but we should always just have this ready to go. Sergio Romo, when we first started doing sicky stuff, when he just got naked on the field. Like we should just open one episode a month with that, because that's one of those weird moments in baseball history that you're like, wow, what? What was going on?
A lot has changed. A lot has changed.
Get ready for the midweek episode. We talked about a lot of the change. Hope the people enjoy that. Rangers make us actually believe at some point. Cubs, fantastic start. You might hear about Moises Ballesteros in a part of the program you don't want to be in later. And that's tough. Speaking of tough, Coach Trev, you got anything for Cal Raleigh? We talk a lot. That's what this whole company has turned into. Nice, Jake. That I don't know. I found myself in a weird angle, and you and I have had a funny relationship with Seattle, going back to the zombie Mariners when they came back a few years ago. Cal Raleigh, for me, I was just crunching the numbers on it, between Cal Raleigh's career stats, between how historic his season was, which I wasn't knocking, that it's really tough to be like, what was Cal Raleigh's expectations this year? That I fell into well, they're not that. They're not 60 homers. Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't wish 50 homers on any player. That it's like, okay, so what should Cal Raleigh's season be? It's just headed the absolute wrong direction. He's in an 0 for 32 right now. No hit since April 27th. It's May 11th. That I don't know, man. Is swing coach Trev saying anything? Is it baseball's a hard sport and this will end? Like, where are you at?
Well, he's going through like an oblique thing. I believe it's on his right side, and I've tried to play through something like that, and it just makes it very, very difficult to take like aggressive hacks. Like you're just always kind of guarded against it, so you're not really flowing freely. And he obviously plays a very demanding position. It just doesn't help that like heel at all. So I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that like he's getting blown up on fastballs, like on four seamers this year. I believe I looked it up. It was like sub 100 batting average on fastballs, and that to me just tells me he's guarded, is just not swinging freely. So like IL stint, like let this guy freaking heal. You're in a division where nobody's running away with it. You're getting like the Mariners are gonna be fine. If I am them, and you're just like a smart franchise, so here, let me help you out. Like IL him. Let this guy heal up. Like he played a lot of baseball last year. I mean, think of all the things that Cal did in the All-Star game. He was in the home run derby, correct?
Yeah.
Like just big postseason, like a lot of extra stuff going on with him. If you're feeling that way, Cal,
World Baseball
tell the
Classic.
peeps, World Baseball Classic. Tell the people, I need the 2 weeks. And it's fine, dude. Like it's May. Your team's going to be okay. We just mentioned 3 freaking teams above 500 in the entirety of the AL. Like it's going to be okay. That's what I would do if I was him.
Yeah. It's interesting because, you can do the whole baseball and we respect guys that post every day. And it's also, well, if you're posting and you're actually hurt and struggling, well, then you're hurting the team. Like I think that's a weird part of baseball culture we don't have fully figured out yet. And hey, maybe
so true.
Right, dude? The example that I have, and again, I'm sure you guys have an example. Was it 2 or 3 years ago? Jose Trevino played the first half of the season with like not a broken wrist, but it was past sprained. And he's like, yeah, it's been this way since spring. And you're like, well, dude, you got an OPS in the 5s. Like, it's cool you're being a tough guy, but at a certain point, you got to do what's best for you and the team. So I don't know. That will be interesting to track. And the sick part of baseball is Cal Raleigh could hit 3 homers tonight, and he's all the way back. So let's see what happens there. And like we're saying with the whole AL, like Bryce Miller's coming back, which Luis Castillo struggling big time with Seattle, which that's going to be interesting. I honestly, Seattle, you kind of know what's going on. Brendan Donovan just came back. Do you have a little White Sox? Hope is a dangerous thing, Coach Trev, but they're playing ball.
They are playing ball. They got some guys who are just not afraid to be stars in this league. I mean, and sometimes young guys too, who are just like, they don't like, either they're not comprehending what they're doing. Sometimes rookies are just like dumb and full of energy. That's kind of not what they have here. These guys are actually just good baseball players, kind of leading the charge in that Chicago White Sox lineup are like the big 3 guys, and Vargas and Murakami and Montgomery, but they're also getting some pitching. I thought first game, that's like your Super Bowl, bro. Burke and Hancock. That's supposed to be a pitcher's duel, right?
I don't know, man. I like baseball a lot. I wouldn't say that's my Super Bowl.
You love Emerson Hancock.
I do love Emerson
You fly
Hancock.
the flag.
Burke's Super Bowl.
He's been great, though.
I mean, maybe if Palencia was in, I don't know. Yes. No, he's been amazing, and that's the whole point with the White Sox, and I've said this before, but like Murakami, Antonacci, Montgomery.
Relax on Antonacci. Okay?
No, I'm not relaxing on Antonacci. Sammy Antonacci. Davis Martin has been one of the best pitchers in baseball. That, I've been using this too much because the Sixers got me with it, because Maxey was talking about the Jimmies and the Joes. And it just does matter a lot that the White Sox have a lot of new Jimmies and Joes, along with a bullpen has a formula back there at least.
We talked about this, man. Like when they signed Sir Anthony, it was a weird signing. But I said you gotta win games that you can win. If you have the lead, like you need to win those games for just the morale of the clubhouse, and like you don't want to just have all these young guys come up and just lose, and get used to that. I remember when Torrey Hunter came to us in 2015, like that was one thing. He's like, we're not like settling into this. Like we're not just gonna lose. Like that is not what we're gonna do. And like you need to be able to win those games that you can win. They're doing that right now. They're getting some good pitching. They got some hitting. I mean, what does it mean for the rest of the year in that division? It can mean a lot. It can mean a lot. I mean, look, I know my Twins.
Okay.
I know the Guardians, like maybe the Magic will run out. Probably won't. I don't know. I'm in on the White Sox. I'm going to call games there at the end of the month, and I'll report fully back on what I'm seeing. I'm going to the clubhouse and doing everything.
I'd say that historically bad White Sox team, their bullpen was jarring, that even if they had a chance, it's almost like they didn't. Hey, man, Dominguez, Newcomb, Brian Hudson out of his dome right now, Jordan Hicks revival. That matters so much in today's baseball. I know I'm not breaking news there. And this is just a little for the people. Do you know who played right field the past week for the Chicago White Sox?
Gimme.
Jared Kelenic.
Yeah. He looks skinny, by the way.
No, okay. I've got to scout it out a little more, but that was Obi-Wan. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Let's keep it moving to some Rays Sox. It's early in the season to say good team, bad team, but the game the Red Sox win, they shut him out. Connolly early, snaps for the kid. Otherwise, some Junior Caminero early and late on the bookend games. Chandler Simpson steals the show in that first one. And the Rays pitching continues to be one of the strongest units in the game.
I mean, the bullpen is just incredible. Some of the notes on that are wild. And then Nick Martinez it seems like we're saying the same thing about the Rays over and over again because it's working for them and They are in first place in the AL East. And I think this is right now a case of good team, bad team. Nick Martinez is so freaking good. We mentioned Chandler Simpson on every freaking episode because, as you pointed out, he's just got tools that nobody else has in the big leagues, and they're really starting to show up. Pressure on defense, all that good stuff that he's doing. It's been the pitching, obviously, for the Rays, what they've been able to do. And I don't even know what to attest that to. Like, who gets the credit for that? Who gets the credit for it? I don't know.
What do you mean?
Like, for
the Rays?
Do we say, are the Rays back to being like a pitching factory, which I feel like they weren't last year and maybe over the last couple of years, but now it feels like we're talking about the Rays team that you and I grew up knowing. It's a bunch of different arms and just getting the job done. I'm very interested in seeing what they do with Griffin Jacks. I mean, I know that right now they're trying to transition him into a starter, which is where he was early on in his career. If they can do that, that's a whole nother. Like, he's got the pitches to do. He's not a typical reliever. He throws 4 or 5 pitches. So he has starter stuff. Like, I'm curious to see how that goes, if they're going to continue to do that, or if that's going to be more of like bulk opener type stuff. You never really know what they're trying to do there, but they sure got the recipe right now.
Yeah, it's a quirky bullpen. I say that in the most complimentary way. And yeah, man, Shane McClanahan is back and looks gross. Nick Martinez has been one of the best free agent signings so far this year. And yeah, if you need an example of speed killing, Chandler Simpson's grounder to Trevor Story in that final game that ends up scoring a run. You know, Trevor Story, a class defender at shortstop, and you just see what Chandler Simpson does changes the game. Tampa rolls. The Tampa Bay Rays. The best record in the American League. Okay.
7-0 in division games right now. Is that correct? Did I see that?
Ooh, can double check that.
For the Rays, I believe so. The only team without a divisional loss so far.
Okay. And also 5-1 against teams over 500. 8-1 against the East. So why don't you...
Oh, I guess this series, they entered 7-0. Yes. They lost one game this series. Yeah, sorry.
We found it. Nice.
Yeah, nailed it.
Let's see. A's, O's. I have some Jake analytics. I'm normally not uni guy. I have something to say. I know you're on this bus. The Athletics uniforms are just great.
Yeah.
Follow up, their shin guard, elbow guard sleeves, the whole uni, I think are the best going right now because a lot of teams are trying to throw in like a fourth color or something. The A's are just rolling with the green, white, and yellow, and it looks fantastic. Every other team's trying to mix in a little neon. Like, the A's looked great. Brent Rooker, soup to nuts, looked fantastic.
They have a stylish team that's very interesting. That's usually my angle here. Okay. Can I just say I hate the neon?
I'm with you.
I'm with it to be. It had its moment, but it needs to just go away. And I think we're gonna look back at the early 2020s.
Oh, okay.
And be like, what did we do right there, guys?
I'll say that I think it works with some unis, like when the Rays City Connect that like looks like it's out of a glow in the dark.
Okay, that has neon in the uni. Yeah,
exactly. You can't just put neon with everything. I mean, that's a little fashion advice. What'd you see baseball wise, Papo? Because first place team versus not. And hey, man, I know there was that passing tweet before the season when the Orioles signed Alonso and was like, this could be the best lineup in ball. I don't know. When I look at the A's lineup right now, I see a much more cohesive, better lineup. And, when you go through the final box score and you see Rooker and you see Kurtz, it kind of checks out to me.
Did you say Passan had them as their AL East winner? Is that what you said?
I don't remember his official thing. I remember when Alonso signed, he had a tweet that was like, the Orioles could have the best lineup in baseball, and he went through it top to bottom. And, they're missing a couple guys, Westberg, and like Jackson Holiday was supposed to be a part of that. Like they're missing some dudes. Bobo's got it up right now. Taylor Ward, who has been playing amazing. Gunner's kind of in a weird place right now. The homers are there, but everything else isn't. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
The Orioles had a shot in the first game. I think it was Jackson ends up striking out to end the game with a chance there. There was a play. The defense was kind of getting on the Orioles. There was a wheel play. Do we have that play? I want to see that again.
Trevi wheel plays. All right.
Little wheel bunt play where the Geloff was supposed to bunt. They saw the wheel play happening in real time. He ends up pulling back and hitting the ground ball through there. That was pretty cool. I'm always about that. I'm not going to talk about my bunts and how right I was 2 years ago. I'm not going to do that.
That's not going to happen.
Situational baseball, taking advantage of teams that can't field the bunt. What else? It's Gunner's got to go for them. I'm trying to think about what needs to happen to Orioles. There it is. Right through there.
Bad outfield throws week.
Yeah.
Not to be old guy yelling at cloud outside of you, Addison Barger. We'll get there. That whole thing was kind of crazy. With Katze and Albernaz talking about the bunt, and then they took it off because the infield was so in. I don't know, man. Orioles got to earn some street cred. Like, the A's are putting out the product we kind of expected. Maybe you didn't expect Langoliers to be this level of good, but, this is the A's team we expected. The Orioles haven't been. This third win in their last 11 games. Like, they haven't hit a go button at all this season, and it doesn't feel cohesive, and I don't know if that's good analysis or not.
It's just a tough one for the Orioles. Shane Baz gets booed as he leaves the field in his start. You got Gunner really, really struggling. They can't hit left-handers. There's some pretty jarring statistics on that. 0-9 against left-handed starters in 2026. They're hitting 190 and with a 570 OPS against them.
Not good.
Not good. Adjustments need to be made.
I'm worried about that. What do you do, Coach Trev? You're on the Twins. It's 2016, and you're like, hey, we're 0-10 against lefties. What do you do?
Traject it up, dude. Get some left-handed BP throwers. Literally anything. Yeah. I would never have that problem, as you know.
Right.
I was a lefty masher.
I'm asking the wrong guy.
If you got guys struggling against lefties, get some lefties going. Look, here's what you can do when you're in a slump. Track balls in the traject system. Take some swings if you want. You don't have to. You just need to see the pitches. Go into the bullpen when your pitchers are throwing bullpens and go stand in on live BP or like not live BP, live arm. Go see it. Some pitchers don't like it, but you tell them it's not about you, bro. Like, I need to see this. You'll be okay. Let me stand in a little bit. Most pitchers don't care. Not enough people do that, in my opinion. If you're struggling against like same side of pitching or just one side in general, get out there and see some pitches. That's all you got to do. That's all you can do. Take the initiative a little bit.
Makes sense to me.
FFS.
Whoa. Okay. Rays and Blue Jays are about to play this week, which segues me into the Blue Jays. They get some help. George Springer is back for them. Addison Barger is back for them. That with Dylan Cease throwing, one of the best starts of the season, 7 innings, 10 Ks. They take 2 out of 3. They needed the names to change. Savage. That was a new name for them a little bit ago. That they're looking, like I said with the American League, if any team reels off a good 2 weeks right now, you're back. The Blue Jays want that. I'll be very interested to track this Rays series to see because if they do take care of that work, I could see them going. I need to see a little more, but I think it was nice for them to see those dudes back, and then they kind of got Jose Soriano'd, which the whole league has on that final day.
Yeah, it was a good bounce back start for him. I love the Schneider quote before the game. Cease, we mentioned 10 Ks, right? And Schneider didn't want the Ks. He wanted him to go a little bit deeper into games. I'd love to see some 10-pitch innings with a couple ground outs and a pop-up. It's about not trying to strike everybody out in a one-strike count. You need to get 3 of them and understand that a foul ball or a called strike is just as good as a swing and miss in those counts. When he's in the zone consistently, he's pretty damn good. He's like, all right, coach, sweet. Nice quote, bro. I'm going to go strike out 10 for you. Yeah. And go 7. How about that?
Sorry about it.
Gotta love that. No walks, too, that ggets me fired up.
We love the no walks. What else?
Do we want to give snaps to Manoah?
Sure. Give snaps to Manoah. I'm gonna see if Rob's got the Addison Barger throw, because that's your hat's got a couple H's on it. That's a weak spot for me. Seeing Bam Bam Barger, and I was having flashbacks to that last World Series every now and then are just shocking. But this is a deep fly ball to right, bro. That's not.
Oh, and not a great moment. Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's big Jorge Soler, who I don't know if he's got the same wheels he used to, but that's a perfect throw. The location is perfect. 101 from a deep spot in the outfield.
That's a great pick, though, at home, too. Yes. Especially off that turf. That thing's going to be coming hot. 100 and what?
101-2? Yes.
I mean, that is just it's a phenomenal play right there.
Which I did. I missed this before when we were talking Mariners. Randy Rosarena had a horrible throw this weekend, which made me just a little sad. Guy tagged up, fly ball to Bobby Witt level shortstop. And he shouldn't even be tagging, and Randy throws it to the moon, man.
He had no grip. You could tell he had no grip right there. Just the way that where he threw it from, instead of bring it to the chest, he had it here, no grip.
I know.
Sailed that thing.
I know it happens, and I'm sorry, but also my guy Judge had a throw that was a little far up the line. I don't know.
Randy just needed to take another half second to get himself in a better position.
Over it.
What are we doing there, Coach? There was a lot of weird outfield play. We're going to see it in this next series. In Kansas City, we'll see it in San Diego. Right field was a house of horrors.
Tough weekend to be in right field. Trev, wrap up the AL Central. Your Twins and Guards. I'll let you go on that. And like you said, Detroit and Kansas City. Kansas City actually getting a little bit of momentum. I think they're 7-3 in their last 10. Bobby Witt at getting his power stroke with a ground ball to first with the inside the park homer. That I'll let you AL Central for a little bit.
We're talking about Twins Guardians?
Whichever one you want, Paolo. Not talking.
Well, we got to show Bob. Are we going to show Bobby running around the bases?
Yeah, absolutely.
I need to see it. I love it.
It's why, if we're on YouTube and we're partners with MLB, we better show this because it's the third fastest inside the park home run since StatCast was tracking it.
just an aggressive route right there. Just a real aggressive route to that ball.
And not the most aggressive throw.
Oh my gosh, he's already there?
Yeah, dude. I love that reaction. Because that's my favorite thing. We all mentally have a gauge of where the cut to the base runner is going to be. And the fact that Bobby was past third there is sick.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, Kerry Carpenter, not exactly with a cruise missile and right. I know he banged up his shoulder. He actually goes on the IL. I do think it wasn't his throwing shoulder. But yeah, Bobby can fly. It's Buxton and PCA who have faster inside the park home runs than Bobby.
Well, let's talk about Buxton and Twins. And first, shout out Isbell. Great game one to get it. Love you. Nice series
guy
win.
in the clubhouse. That's my analytics.
Michael Waka still kind of doing it. Okay,
doing it at a high level. Him and Cater Montero. Is that your Super Bowl?
I'm a Cater guy, so say half.
Oh.
Half. Twins guards is just a hilarious series, by the way. First game, two young lefties that you got to get to know. Connor Prelip's going to be a guy.
Okay.
Like, he's going to be a guy in this league. Parker Messick is a guy in this league already in his short career. If I said that right, I don't know. Shout out Travis Bazzana. He had his first big league homer. He's fun to watch the box. Just seems like a guardian to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jose Ramirez, 1,700th career hit in that first game. The second game was the most hilarious. Like, there's no way the Twins should have won that game. No way the Twins should have won that game. I believe through regulation, there was 3 hits total, 2 for the Guardians and 1 for the Twins.
It's good baseball.
Yeah, I mean, back in maybe the 80s, early 80s, or yeah, give me those 2-1 games. It's not really like that anymore. Byron Buxton had the 2 hits for the Twins. I believe, and I think Dot was supposed to fact check me on this, the rest of the team went 0 for 30 with 15 strikeouts.
Yep. Confirmed.
And we got the win, dog.
Yeah,
what?
Grindy.
What?
Grindy.
He's been on a heater. You talk about how fast he is. He's also at 13 homers in his last 23 games. I'm also on that list with the Twins, so that's how I know. I keep tagging you in Aaron Gleeman's tweets about it. Do you see it?
Turned off those notifications.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to get you there. That's all I really got. Look, Twins, big battle, both the last 2 games to get the series win. And like, you can say it's a meaningless series, but like, for the Twins to go in there and do that against the Guardians, where they're at with their pitching, everybody's freaking hurt. Taj Bradley goes on the IL. Gutsy, I'll call it. How about that? They needed it. Nice. They needed it.
Rocchio with the big day at the office. Yeah, snaps for Bazzana, and I did have Rob, they get an insurance run in the 8th inning. And, yeah, Chris Rose said we can't say guard ball anymore, which now I kind of want to say it more. Here's his guy, Austin Hedges, with the big RBI to get it done.
That's guard. Yeah, I know. I thought they were going to score the other run, too. He could have sent him right there.
He was turning hard.
He could have sent him.
And actually, Bazzana kind of helped create that run all by himself in that inning. So when you say he has that in him, I mean, my God. Tigers, KC, I know it was quick.
Go back to those unis. Are those the least swaggy unis in all of baseball?
Twins or the Guards?
Twins.
Yes.
Twins Road right now might be the least swaggy uniforms in all of baseball.
I wish they had a swaggy former player that could influence the franchise,
Joe Mauer.
Jock Jones.
We actually do have a lot of swaggy former players.
Yes, dude. Those old Twins teams were kind of cool. Outside of the pitchers, which I don't want to do that right now.
Brad Radke was not cool?
What was it? Milton?
Yeah.
That's just, I'm being rude. Today's episode is sponsored by Amazon. When life throws you a curveball, Amazon's everyday low prices on essentials help you save the everyday. Amazon has everything you need whenever you need it. From planned purchases to unexpected moments, they've got everything in one place, saving you time and money so you can focus on what matters most. For us, that's catching up on ball. So, if you got tech needs, clothing, daily stuff, anything else you need to prepare for the start of baseball season, Amazon has everything you need all in one convenient place, can deliver right to you anytime, anywhere. Whether it's routine shopping or handling life's curveballs, shop Amazon, save on essentials, and save the everyday. Let's do some National League. NLCS preview. The Atlanta Braves faced off with the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Braves rolled on after dropping the first game. Frederick sends Chris Sale deep to center. But after that, it's all Bravos, the island country. Spencer Strider is back in a big way. And Matt Olson is putting together an MVP-ish campaign. Justin Robleski puts together one of the weirdest stat lines ever as Eli White makes a game-saving catch. And the Braves roll them. They win the final 2 games and stay hot. They've only lost 1 series this year. The Milwaukee Brewers. I think I'll have myself a beer. The Yanks are drunk. They get swept. Mizorowski looks amazing. Literally the fastest pitches we've ever seen from a starting pitcher. And then some brew ball late. The guys coming out of that bullpen are weapons, and they got dudes who put it in play and get it done as they sweep my Yankees. The Cardinals and Padres split 4 games. As we told you, it was a tough weekend to be in right field, whether it was Casti, Tatis. They showed up in other ways. Toddy with the bloop double to help get it started, and Castellanos with the home run to help save the series for them, because the Cardinals did win those first games. Some nice pitching, McGreevy and Liberatore. JJ Weatherholt with that Little League grand slam. That's part of that right field defense. They end up splitting 4. D-backs take 2 out of 3 from the New York Mets. After dropping that first game where the Mets come through in extras, it snakes the rest of the way. Ildemaro Vargas, and that's obvious, second in baseball in batting average. And then Erod, 8.1. The Snakes call up top prospect Ryan Waldschmidt. Is something happening in the desert? We'll find out. The Marlins take 2 out of 3 from the Nationals. The battle for second place in the NL East. Foster Griffin shoves. Jacob Marcy making plays all over the field in the big home run. And how about, my guy, Xavier Edwards? Never homering from the right side, so he decides to do it in back-to-back games. That's baseball, Susan. The Phillies take 2 out of 3 from the Rockies. A dramatic first game where the Rockies win in 11. Justin Crawford tries to save the game, and he does with the 2-run homer, but the Rockies get it done late. From there, it's Phillies. Alec Boehm, 2-homer game after getting benched, and Bryce Schwarber and Kyle Harper. How do you like that shit? Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper, back-to-back homers. A little Mother's Day home run fest out of the Phils as they continue to win, coach. Giants take 2 out of 3 from Pittsburgh. Not continuing to win, but maybe starting to win. They get it done late in that first game. Pirates roll them with a big offensive day, and Braxton Ashcraft being nasty. But in the 12th inning, Rodriguez fights one off. San Francisco survives. They get a series win. That's nice. And then the Cincinnati Reds, after losing 10-0 and feeling that rock bottom baseball feeling of losing 9 of their last 10, they win the next 2 games to take the series. Chase Burns is happening. People know that. And when they get the offense, because Andrew Abbott shoved 2. Spencer Steer line drive homer. Reds take 2 out of 3. That's what happened in the National League.
I was trying to look up Matt Olson's handicap on the Gin app, whatever you call it. Couldn't find it. There's a lot of Matt Olsons, apparently. That's fine. I got the standings, Pop, in the National League. Do you want them?
Yeah.
We'll start out east, as you mentioned, the battle for second place there. Atlanta with a resounding lead. I mean, going around baseball right now, the biggest lead besides what Atlanta has is 4.5 for both the Padres and the Dodgers over Arizona. I'll get to that. 9 games already in the NL East for Atlanta. They're 28-13. The Marlins, the Nationals, and the Phillies, all 19-22. 19-22 looks great for the Phillies, by the way. People are like, oh, right? That happened quick. The Mets, not even in the conversation right now. 15-25. Okay. In the Central, the Chicago Cubs, 3.5 game lead over the Milwaukee Brewers, 27-14 for them. Milwaukee, 22-16. St. Louis right there as well, 23-17. Cincinnati, 22-19, along with the Pirates with the same record. All teams above 500. In the West, As I mentioned, the Dodgers and the Padres, Jake, both tied at the top, 24-16 for them. 4.5 games over your Snakes, but things are a brewing in the desert. 19-20 for them. And then the San Francisco Giants, 16-24. There's already talks of who they're trying to unload. They already started a little bit. And then the Rockies, Kelsey Wingert.
Oh.
Casey Lynch not happy with the Philly Fanatic.
Yeah.
Not happy with the Philly Fanatic. 16-25 for them. Those are the standings in the National League.
There could have been a DM between me and Casey.
I will fight the Fanatic with you, Casey.
Kind of like, and this was me looking for an ally. I was like, all right, like I'm in with you on the Fanatic as long as, come with me to get blooper. So yeah, little NL East mascot beef. That's why we're the number one show in the world. Trev, there's one heavy hitter. I guess there's two heavy hitters. The Braves and the Dodgers, iconic teams, Yeah. And RIP to Bobby Cox in that second game, all-time baseball guy. He's one of those all-time baseball guys that the stat, it's always one of my crazy stats. Like, I think Bobby Cox has played in, managed, or been a part of like 2% of every Major League Baseball game that's ever been played. Just an absolute iconic baseball guy. That's looming over this weekend, but a lot of high-level ball, Coach Trev, because these are two of the most talented teams.
I will venture out to say Bobby Cox is a name that even non-baseball fans know, and they don't know maybe who it is, but it's like Bobby Cox. Oh yeah,
okay.
Like he was just on like national TV for so long with the Braves, and then just was the manager for so long for some very good teams. World Series champ in 95. Fact check me on that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Those Braves years, I was distracted by the Yanks who stole a couple from them. But yes, 95 is the year they won, and then they lost 2 World Series, 91 and 92. Man, they lost a few World Series in the 90s. We don't have Braves win the series.
They won the series, and it hadn't been good for them going into LA as of late. But yeah, I mean they're firing on all cylinders, and the Dodgers essentially just aren't. Blake Snell makes his return. Spencer Strider looks great. I think you're talking about that a little bit later. But again, Braves pitching, hitting, doing everything they need to do. The Dodgers can't hit right now. They've been in a big time offensive slump, and I know they have a deep lineup, and I know that, every once in a while they can put out an outburst, and Max Muncy's been great, but all the guys that are supposed to be going, Shohei's not hitting. Freddie, hits a homer off Sale, which is really cool to see. I don't know why. Like that's just a tough matchup for a lefty, and Freddie goes dead center against him in that first game. But they, as far as the Dodgers go, need to pick it up offensively big time. And then for the Braves, keep doing what you're doing, baby. This is a lot of fun to watch. They're getting contributions from almost everybody in that lineup. They look like the Braves team that they should look like, essentially. And this is without Acuna. So there's room for improvement, which is scary for the National League teams.
MLB best record at 28-13, 11-1-1 in 13 series this year. I mean, it's as good as you can kind of do in this baseball life. I mean, this catch by Eli White in the final game to not make it a game. Go out there and get it, young man. What a play by him. I'm trying to see. Yes, I am talking about Strider later. Bryce Elder has just been so good this season. His ERA is at 1.81.
They have so much good pitching right now that Ronaldo Lopez now like pitching out of the bullpen. We'll see how that goes for them. They said it might not be all year. It could be all year, depending on how it goes. But like that's a good problem to have, essentially. Like being able to throw him back there. He's looked good. He's finished 2 games for them. Martin Perez, like go look at those stats.
I know it gets you a little emotional.
It's insane.
Yeah, Freddie had a homerless thing, and he gets out of that. Shohei's got some
He's in the funk, man.
Some fun. 4 hits in his last 33 at bats. The OPS is at 792, which again we measure him on a much different scale. But that's kind of his second slowest start to a season. That I don't know. It's something to watch when you look at the Dodgers team stats as the whole. They're still really good in every department, and like maybe getting Snell back is the story, and maybe Glass now having
Mookie's coming back today.
That helps.
Yeah,
that helps.
They got a 4-gamer, I believe, against the Giants starting up this week, and yeah, Mookie. We'll see. Like that could be the shot in the arm to get the offense going. Braves stats are real quick. Drake Baldwin, 152 OPS plus. Matt Olson, 187. Ozzie Albies, 143. Mauricio Devon, 110. Michael Harris Deuce, 140. Dominic Smith, 150. Like they got a deep lineup. Bunch of guys doing different types. I don't know. I'm so far in on the Braves.
Good. The other kind of 2 elite level teams, the Milwaukee Brewers, who jumped to second place in that vaunted NL Central after beating up on the Yankees for 3 games. I can give my quick thing, and you can either bounce off of it if you want. Mizorowski looked disgusting. Literally the 5 fastest pitchers by a starting pitcher ever. Max Fried gets knocked around a little bit, which, it's interesting. Max Fried can be a contact guy. The Blue Jays, when we last saw them in the postseason, they gave Max Fried the work that it's on Yankee fans' radar. Although, I don't know. I think the Brewers, it was 1 inning, really.
Weird inning there. Not a lot of hard hit balls.
Yeah, it's one you can make the argument either way. Like the Brewers give themselves a chance by putting stuff in play, or you could say it was a weak contact inning. He also, Max Fried had back-to-back walks in that 8 pitches, so I'm guessing his control wasn't, Friedian, if you will.
Two things. One, as I was catching up on these games, and this one I was paying particular attention to, he had the one bouncing ball back up the middle that he probably should have. Well, I actually think he made the right play. In hindsight, he should have fielded it. He left it for his middle infielders to turn a double play, and they just were looking at each other. It was a Jazz and Caballero just being like, is that your ball? Is that my ball? Am I going to the bag? Are you going to the bag?
Yeah.
Stuff you got to talk about as middle infielders. There's constant communication. It's one of the coolest things about playing middle infield is, you and the shortstop, second baseman are like, they have to be in tandem. Like where you move, I got to go fill the vacancy, all these different things. There's lack of communication there, but really the story of that game was Mizorowski and how good he looked.
Yeah, and then the second 2 games, you don't want to say toss-up because the Brewers won. Their bullpen is stronger right now than the New York Yankees. Aaron Ashby looks like something has clicked to another level that we might look down at his stats at the end of the year and be blown away. They've got horses that come out of that bullpen right now while also having a handful of their bullpen guys they like hurt. And yeah, dude, everyone can run. Like I know it's a Brewers ball, and don't talk about guard ball, says Chris Rose. The Brewers, I think there's some 6 guys in their lineup on a given day are top 20 fastest dudes in baseball, and it just speeds up the game, and it can make that big inning happen so easily. Snaps to the Brewers as they try to fully kick into gear. Bryce Terang, walk-off homer, couple walk-offs. I don't know.
Yeah, a couple walk-offs to your Yanks. I thought it was funny watching. I saw a clip of you and Jimmy talking about Spencer Jones coming up, and Jimmy's like, they're not going to bring him up for Milwaukee. You just don't do that to a guy. First game. You get Jacob Mizorowski, bro. I agree with Jimmy right there. Maybe you wait a series. Right there.
Yeah, I see both sides.
Welcome to the show. Here's 105.
I kind of like it hey, this is the hardest league in the world. This is the best. Like if Spencer Jones ran into one, imagine what Yankee fans would be talking about today. And when Spencer Jones gets out, everyone's just like, okay, yeah, you should. Nobody should hit that.
He actually had a good swings on Mizorowski, but he was just late. Like he's doing that whole get your front foot down early Ohtani thing. But if you look at minor league Spencer Jones and the cadence of that to where he was at against Mizorowski, it's so sped up. And like, what are you going to do? The adrenaline's coursing through this guy's veins. Like once he slows the game down a little, he's got a great swing, man. I think he's going to be a real player for you guys.
It's interesting. It'll be interesting. He's an athlete. Yeah, everyone was late on Mizorowski because you just don't see it. This is my crew. Go Brewers, go.
Hey, does Mikey Atanasio and Max Fried go to Harvard Westlake at the same time? Am I tripping out about that?
It's a good question. I would have to double check the years on that.
That's Mark Atanasio's son, the owner of the Brewers.
Right.
I thought they did cross paths.
They could.
It's hilarious. I don't know. Think about that.
Yeah. California's just a different planet, dude. Whenever I spin on that, I kind of get mad at you. Today's episode is sponsored by Hims. If something's been off in the bedroom, you're not the only one. ED is more common than most guys think, and the difference now is that getting treatment is easier than ever. Hims connects you with the licensed healthcare providers online, giving you simple access to ED treatment and options from home. Through Hims, take a simple online intake, and a provider will review your information to determine if treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your treatment ships directly to your door, discreet packaging that includes sildenafil, also known as generic for Viagra. Available through Hims at up to 95% less than the brand name version. So to get simple online access to personalized, affordable care for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/talkin. Hims.com/talkin. Prescription required. See website for details and important safety information. Sildenafil is a generic version of Viagra. Viagra is a registered trademark of Viatris, Specialty LLC, a Viatris company. Hims Inc. is not affiliated with or endorsed by Viatris Specialty LLC. Trev, I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't know if you're going to love this or hate this. Rest of the NL has stuff. We're going to talk about it in different ways throughout the program. I've got a 4-game split. The Mets are still bad. I guess of the remaining series, if I said, hey, pick one to yuck about, does one jump off more than any other to you?
Probably Cardinals, Padres, I think. Had some interesting stuff there. McGreevy continues to get it done, and I think he's just such a fascinating pitcher to me for the Cardinals because he throws in the low 90s and just throws a bunch of pitches and is a pitcher. And I'm starting to think about this, Jake, and tell me how you feel. And I don't really believe in this, but I'm going to bounce it off of you. The way that we're seeing speed come where we're seeing speed in baseball right now. And some of these teams, smaller market teams, are like, all right, well, we can find those guys. We might not be able to pay for the bats, but we can find victories there, like speed kills, put pressure on the defense. Do you think it goes that way with pitching? Like, we got so much velo, average fastball, 95 miles an hour. Like, what if we go the other way? Like, is that even a thought for people? And it's not like he's throwing 82 miles an hour, but he is throwing on the lower end of what it is to be a pitcher in today's game. He's mixing his pitches. He does well with that. But like, do you think like if we started to throw guys 80s, just a ton of movement, that makes any difference? I have my answer. I'm curious to see what you say.
I think there's two different things with the velocity stuff. Like I could see there's a point where guys get undervalued who throw like 93, 94, because that's more than enough velocity. Like, if you're pitching well and you can locate and you have a pitch mix, that still works. Like, you can tell a big leaguer 94 is coming, and they would obviously hit a lot if they knew it's coming, but you'd also not. Like, 94 is still a lot that I could see there being a hole in the market at some point with, like, those guys. If you're throwing sub 90, man, it has to be... You can't make a single mistake, because guys are just so tuned up for it that it's near impossible, not impossible.
I think so. My take is that's not a thing. Like, you can't be throwing those balls. It's just you have, like you said, you have to be perfect. I do believe we are going to start, and we're starting to see it around the league. So the equivalent to speed on the base pass and how we're getting like scoring runs alternatively is going to be guys throwing a bunch of different pitches, fastballs, cutter, sinker, four-seamer, changeup coming back into fashion, right on right. I think that is that aspect on the pitching side, and which McGreevy does really, really well. Locating 5 different pitches, keeping guys off balance and guessing at the plate. I think that's that for pitching.
Okay.
Yeah. Nick Martinez, another great example of that. Other stuff in this series, Fernando, like the Padres, I don't know what to make of them, man. I know what their record says. I know that I believe in them, but they don't play great ball. They don't particularly hit well at all. They had some interesting defense. Fernando with a ball. He started at second base a few games, I think, this series, but this one was in right field. Just kind of, I don't even know. Just was a little too far out of his reach. He set his body up that way, and it ends up being a JJ Weatherholt inside the park grand slam little league style. They're sitting on top of the NL West, though, so I don't know what to make.
Oh, they are. They are. Yeah.
I don't know what to make of these guys.
It's a good point, Trev. Yeah, because every now and then you'll see a stat, and you're like, "What was that?" They got one hit in one of these games, and
but they win they win the games that they need to win if they have a lead because of the bullpen.
Tatis doesn't hit homers.
Jordan Walker's homer against Walker Buehler, that thing was an absolute tank job. And you just look at kind of who they're rolling out there as far as starting pitchers, and you're like, okay, I don't know if this is necessarily going to work. It's working.
It's more than enough right now, and yeah, I know. Cardinals fans, where they are in the standings, they should still be very proud of the direction this season could have gone with the rest of the NL Central.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a beast.
It's on top of that building.
Padres recorded only 14 hits across their 4-game series against the Cardinals, the fewest hits they've recorded in any 4-game series in franchise history.
Look at the rankings of their offense. 28th in average, 28th in OBP, 24th in slug. They're 20th in runs.
I've got snaps for someone, Ivan Herrera. I just one of the better young hitters in baseball, and I think we get caught up with a lot of other dudes. His on-base percentage in the 4s this year, he's a dude. He's a dude. Trev, I got some snake stuff coming up later. Phillies Rockies, I think you have a little bit of that. Do you want to say anything? Giants Pirates?
I'm doing a little bit on that later. Foster Griffin and Rob Snelling, interesting pitching matchup. Foster Griffin's been great. Robbie Snelling is who the Marlins got in the Tanner Scott trade. Not the best first outing, but I think he's going to add to that Miami staff. And I'm like, all right, I can see a world, Jake, where we're legit talking about the Marlins at the end of the year.
Maybe that's the fun game. Do you like the Marlins more than the Nats?
I do.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Overall, yes, I do. As far as I know, the Nats can swing the bat a little bit. Just saw it against my Twins, but the Marlins, the offense is worse with the Marlins. They have a few guys going right now. I think there's 3 or 4 guys in the lineup that are hitting. But I just think overall ball play, I'm taking the Marlins, and I do believe they'll be in the race for at least a wild card. Or probably that's what they will because the Braves are kind of running away with that division. But go Marlins, go.
And maybe bring up the picture of Peter Bendix, who a gentleman mentioned a lot on this program. Looks like he's leaned into being the Miami Marlins GM. It was a tight fade.
Oh, no. I want to see it.
Oh, Trev.
It happens to people in Miami all the time. Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
He went to the barber at the field. There's a barber that's at the field. That's for sure who he went to. This is reminiscent of you, 2020 spring training, getting diced up by Andy Fades. I
did. I got nervous. I looked up Peter Bendix's age because I was like, dude, am I older than Bendix? 40 on the nose. So you've got him beat too, Coach.
I got him beat too, man.
For a little
I thought I had something else on these games. I don't know. A lot of ball.
Houston, Cincy. I mean, Cincy holds on to 1 run in the final 2 games. I don't know.
You don't know. Pittsburgh Giants. You don't want to talk about Luis Ariz?
I mean, I'm very interested by both of these teams, and you're going to hear about Devers on Fuego, which is something we've talked about for a little bit. That that final game is beautiful and ugly. I think that's part of the reason I don't want to talk about it. Drew Gilbert chokes out an RBI single. I don't know, man.
There's a lot of talk on the streets about what the Giants are going to do with their roster. They don't have a ton of flexibility. I think a lot of these guys have no trade clauses if they're trying to get out of it. Interesting times in San Francisco as they win the series, and we're just talking shit about them. I'm sorry.
Big roadie coming up. Dodgers, Athletics, Snakes.
I'd like it more than anything for the Giants to make this work.
Hey, Bryce
It
Eldridge
just hasn't worked.
Bryce Eldridge puts one in the drink. Like
He did.
Devers is playing well. Arises. That's the thing, I guess, and that's if you're a team listening to this, I'm sorry if you're getting frustrated. The Giants story remains the same. The Astro story remains the same. The Mets story remains the same. And I don't know, as the season goes on, we got to highlight the guys.
You didn't want to talk about Arizona and they're back, no?
I mean, I'm talking about it a little.
Oh, that's right. You are talking about it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's, a first half, second half. Erod, 8.1. That's impressive. Ketel Marte, 2-run triple. That's great. Yeah, I've got more on that later. So why don't we keep it moving?
It's time for Standout Performances. This guy stood out for Trev.
Say what?
I am going with my guy. I was trying to find something real quick, but I'm going with my guy, Hunter Goodman, catcher of the Colorado Rockies. On Friday, he went 4 for 5 with a homer, 2 runs driven in. He's just been a hitter. We talk about him all the time on this show because we like what he brings. Offensive profile for, a guy that kind of plays different positions, catcher, obviously. 314 on base, 507 slug for the 821 OPS. You'll take that. He's got 10 homers. The reason I bring him up, yes, it was a losing series for them in Philadelphia. That's fine. The reason I brought him up is because my two worlds collided.
Yeah.
It was Josh Donaldson on his new podcast with Russell Martin.
Yeah.
Dalt or Baba, please find the name of that because I just tried to look it up, couldn't figure it out. They're sitting around talking about, old Blue Jays teams of the past, whatever it is. And Josh Donaldson says, I got one guy that I'm looking at, and this is so Josh Donaldson. He reminds me of me a little bit.
Yeah.
Talking about Hunter Goodman, and then he gives him a little backhand. He could work on his planing a little bit, like in his planing. He goes, I don't know his first name, but I think his last name is Goodman, which is just give a guy a compliment, then chop his legs out from underneath him a little bit. I'm JD, baby, 2015 MVP. Okay, so that post happened. Hunter Goodman replied, "My first name's Hunter" on it, which I loved.
Yeah.
Then I replied something, and nobody cares about that. But it is true. It is a lot of Josh Donaldson. I don't know if he's ever came out and said that, like, hey, I really emulated Josh Donaldson. But I don't know. That those two worlds colliding are great. I would love for them to sit down and talk hitting and just see what Josh Donaldson has to say.
Josh Donaldson and Russell Martin are yucking, huh?
And Russell Martin, who's like known as like kind of like a hard ass around the league a little bit. Not a very friendly guy on the field. Seems like a nice guy off the field.
It's called Get It Done League.
Get It Done League.
Get It Done League. Ad. Good standout. Yeah, Hunter Goodman. Again, sometimes we get weird with Rockies players in general, but he's off to a 10-homer start. He hit 31 last year. He's basically on that pace, if not a little better this year. And yeah, his swing kind of does look like a young Josh Donaldson, which you pointed out, and then Josh Donaldson's talking about, and it's just like, we are 2026, we are here. Again, Phillies fans probably thought they were getting some love, and whether that's Trey Turner has a 4-hit game, which it feels like that's our chance to talk as much Trey Turner as possible, or the Alec Boehm 2-homer game after getting benched.
Or Bryce Harper. Do you think he's gone up to Dombrowski and wore his shirt yet?
It's a good question.
He's getting there.
It's getting close.
Mid-9s.
Yeah, you got to get a little further in the season. Schwarber had a 2-homer day. There's a little Rockies asterisk starting to kick in with this season again.
Do we need to stop talking about him?
No. I'm just saying if your big game comes against them, it could be measured slightly differently.
Okay.
I'm just saying. And that's where I kind of went the opposite for my standout this week. I did go back to Spencer Strider. Braves and Dodgers, it's a big one. The Dodgers who have led out West all year, the Braves who have led out East all year. This was kind of supposed to be the rivalry, and then the Braves went missing. And so did Spencer Strider, oddly enough. That Spencer Strider's back, and we kind of limited our expectations for him still this year because the fastball isn't as Bugs Bunny as it was when he first came up. But it was his highest velo on his four-seam fastball in a game since 2024 when he made his season debut against Philadelphia. And Trev, this is where, as a competitor, we see the evolution of pitchers or not the evolution of pitchers. Because he was pitching a little bit, and I guess it helps. It's easier to pitch when your slider's still pretty much unhittable. The Dodgers really struggled with that. 7 of 11 swings on the pitch were whiffs for the slider. And it just feels like Spencer Strider is pitching just a little bit more than here's the fastball, here's the slider, and that's what you're getting. He's mixing in slider and a curve. 5% changeup, which I saw a couple I liked. Let's see if that becomes a little more of a part of it. But obviously, if Spencer Strider becomes the Spencer Strider he was for the Braves, and Sale and Strider, it's why we used to daydream about if this team was going to be like a dynasty. We've come a long way from that. But Strider against the Dodgers, for me, that was definitely... I very much want to see his next start because, hey, baseball can give you anything. He could get rocked. Or, like, if Spencer Strider takes the mound after taking down the Dodgers and he's got a little more... looks at himself like Spencer Strider again, I wouldn't want to be the guy to face him. So he deserved love in one of the biggest series of the week, facing the Sox next.
Yeah, confidence is such a big thing in pitching, and even a guy like Spencer Strider, who we feel like, he's got all of it in the world. Like, you got to go and have success to kind of get that back from where he's been. You mentioned the velo dip, and 2023 was a really incredible season for him. He was 97 with the fastball. He's averaging right over 95 this year, which is still plenty. Like you mentioned, plenty fast. But I think for a guy like him, yeah, he's going to have to transition into more of the pitcher aspect of it than just trying to blow guys away with those two pitches. I mean, 2023, 59% heaters, and then he was throwing the slider after that, and basically just two-pitch guy. Now he's all the way down to 48% with the four-seam fastball. Then you mentioned the curve being in play, change up a little bit. We'll see if that kind of ticks up depending on, how it's working for him in the season. I would love to see it out of him, but he's a guy that we always root for. He's a talking baseball guy.
It's a fun body. It's fun when he's right. But yeah, I think in the biggest matchup of the weekend, he might have been the biggest performer. So I want to highlight him just a little bit. It's a big
series, man. A lot of Dodger fans out. I knew a lot of people going to those games, even though it was Mother's Day. And the Braves came in and handled their business.
They did. Trev, it could have been Joey Bart with Pittsburgh, Luke Raley, Brandon Valenzuela. Who are you, pal? But he puts up some big games. Andrew Abbott back in a big way. I'm hoping we see a lot of these guys on Fuego.
Dirt nasties on Fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
You know what I'm doing right here?
Waving
to Kyle Schwarber. Hi, Kyle.
Nice.
What's up, dog? I feel like you're always going to be on Fuego. You're the man. 5 for 15. Why is that important? Well, 4 of them were homers. It's just what the guy
helps.
Does. He's got 16 homers in 41 games. Currently on pace for what? Quick math, go.
75.
63. Close. Nailed it. His 4-game home run streak is the longest by a Philly since Trey Turner did it in 5 straight games in 2023. Joe Adele is slugging .717 against left-handers this season. Love that. In the series, 5 for 10, 2 doubles, 2 homers. Elliot Ramos, that was your guy for a while.
Yeah, really it slowed down a little, but I like him.
What are you doing?
I'm peeling a banana. I was going to take a bite. I little back cramp.
I won't ask you any more questions. You crushed that banana. Who was the guy for the Blue Jays? Monkeys never cramp. So good. I just followed him on IG like last week.
Really? Is it Munataka?
Munataka.
What does he say? Monkey never cramps?
Hilarious.
This is Rob's idol. Munenori
Kawasaki.
Kawasaki, yes.
Kawasaki. There you go. Nailed it.
You just followed him on Instagram?
Yes.
All right.
I think I saw someone repost like those interviews, and like it was like a collage of interviews, and I was like, I gotta get like, what's this guy up to? He's still playing ball.
Really?
I don't know where. I think he went and played in like the Saudi league.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure he was there.
Okay.
Which is interesting. Anyways, Joe Adele, I mentioned Elliot Ramos, 6 for 13, 2 doubles, a homer, 3 runs driven in. Luis Garcia Jr. of the Nats, 5 for 10, a double, a triple, 3 runs driven in. O'Neal Cruz, 5 for 14 in the series. He has 10 homers and 15 stolen bases, Jake, in 39 games played. This is great for him. He joined Eric Davis and Lou Brock.
Okay.
As the only players to reach those marks in fewer than 40 games played in a season. Those are 2 names you want to be mentioned amongst. Way to go, O'Neal Cruz. For the week, this is the list you want to be on right now. Bryce Harper, 9 for 21, 4 homers, 5 runs driven in. Get on base in front of him, people. What's up with that? Rafael Devers, are you back? Are you back? 7 for 20, 2 doubles, 2 homers, 4 runs driven in. Earlier in the week, Devers had an 8-game hitting streak. That's the longest hitting streak by a Giants player so far this season. Ryan Jeffers is on the list. Don't you even think about it. Don't you even think about it.
Might be my number 1 Yankees wish list.
Really? Those thighs, man. Those big old thighs that Ryan Jeffers has. 6 for 17, 4 doubles, a homer, 2 runs driven in. He's got a 408 OBP with 2 strikes this season. He does a 2-strike adjustment.
Oh.
He spreads out, chokes up.
A 2-strike approach.
408 OBP with 2 strikes, players. How about your first baseman?
Kinda.
Sort of. Paul Goldschmidt, 7 for 20. A triple, 2 homers, 3 runs driven in. And that's who's in Fuego, Jake. Don't you get your little paws off my guy, Ryan Jeffers. We're making a run.
Okay. Yeah, Paul Goldschmidt, when he was originally coming over from St. Louis, we were like, hey, it'd be nice maybe if Paul Goldschmidt doesn't have to play every day, because he was doing that for the Cardinals. Yanks ended up playing him in 146 last year for the 37-year-old. He's actually getting some days off this year, and he's coming in versus lefties, and he mashes them. So he's a fun player to have on the team. And, yeah, if Jeffers were to be available...
he's a Boris guy.
Couple San Francisco Giants, huh? Ramos and
do you guys do contact with Boris?
I've Boris. I think Belly's a Boris guy, right?
Okay.
So yeah, we're not against it. Trev, amazing. I feel like I know who's in Fuego. Let me tell you who's struggling.
Hey man, you've been struggling lately. It's time to pick it up.
I'm hand up on this one. I'm just going to wear this. I started talking about him. Moises Ballesteros.
Yeah, you did.
0 for 16. Slugging 0.00 on high 95-mile-per-hour pitches this season. That's a scouting report. TJ Friedl, 1 for 17. Machado, 1 for 27. That one left the ballpark, so that's nice. 083 with 2 strikes this season. Why don't you DM him about having a 2-strike approach, Trev? Let me know how that goes. Couple vets. Christian Walker, who's off to a hot start. He's in a 2 for 23. And Dansby Swanson in a 4 for 26. Maybe the Cubbies just ran into some Texas Rangers pitching. Over the 2 weeks, Royce Lewis. Trev, what are you seeing from the kid?
He's down bad. I mean, he had a knock in the last game of the series. I know you don't want to go too far into this. He's dealing with it mentally a little bit. Okay. He had some interesting quotes about people wanting him to fail in Minnesota, which couldn't be further from the truth, Royce. We want you to be successful.
We'd love if you were awesome.
Him and I have had some nice text exchanges. about his swing and adjustments and stuff. So I'm hoping we figure some things out.
Okay. Andres Jimenez, 5 for 37. He's out there for the glove, but we need a little more than that. Are these all my guys? Sal Stewart, 8 for 52.
Oh,
Shoot. Garrett Mitchell on a 6 for 37. Missed on 38% of his swings this season. That's the highest in the National League. So that's the list you don't want to be on. But hey, a couple of those in Fuego guys. We saw Devers there. We've seen Schwarbs there. Like, let's keep it moving. Here's the list you don't want to be on. It's the IL. Travis d'Arnaud for the Halos. Little right foot.
how many years does he have in this league?
25. He's if Jeffers isn't available, he could put on the pinstripes for a little bit. Tyler Glasnow with some lower back spasm. He called it random tall guy back spasms. I get it. Jake Mangum, left hammy, 4 to 6. He uses those hammies too. Cade Povich, some left elbow. Not expect to be Tommy John, but scary. Cole Ragans, left elbow impingement. Don't like that. Taj Bradley, you mentioned before. Brandon Lockridge with a tough one. Let's see what that is. Brock Stewart just came back. He's going back 3 to 4 weeks. Bennett Sousa in that Houston pen. Logan Webb, like we kind of talked about, right knee bursitis, hoping for a minimum stint. Had made 157 consecutive starts before his last IL stint, so some snaps for Logan Webb. And Kerry Carpenter, we mentioned that on the way through. True, his left shoulder, he banged up on the Bobby Witt inside the park homer. So let's see what's going on there. The good news is we start to pick the show up. Returning from the aisle, Brendan Donovan for Seattle. Mason Engler, one of those Rays bullpen fellas. Nick Lodolo for Cincinnati. Bam Bam Addison Barger is back for Toronto. Justin Slayton for Boston. Blake Snell for the Dodgers. Sam Henches and Benches for San Francisco. I like him when he's on. And Carlos Rodon came back for the Yankees, which that was a nice little Mother's Day treat. A little wild in his return, but he was so good for the Yanks last year. Let's start everyone's week.
Awards!
It's awards brought to you by SeatGeek. Where are you going, Coach?
A couple different ways with this one. First, I'll start out with, I'm going to call it the I Knew You Could Do It, Kid award.
Oh.
And this one goes out to Carson Tucker. No, I'm just kidding. But he is playing really well. Could you imagine?
I mean, I could. We could do whatever the hell we want, bro.
3-4-5ing it right now for the San Antonio team in the Texas League. 912 OPS. Okay, Carson. But here's the thing. Like, I don't know why he stopped playing ball. Like, he needed to be playing ball, and he's doing it now, having a great time. All that good stuff. So he's being who he should be, Jake.
Okay, stop talking about Dookie Tucker, even though he's our guy.
Love me some Dookie Tucker. I'm segueing into another shortstop, a young shortstop who is younger than Carson Tucker. I'm giving Connor Griffin this award because he's starting to become who he should be. And we are in this. Every once in a while, I start to look around the league and say, what position is kind of going off right now? I truly believe, like, when I was playing, like, the third base position took a turn, and it was guys that were – it was – the gloves were starting to come out. It wasn't just like a kind of a bopper situation. Like, the gloves were happening at third base, but there also was some boppers. Josh Donaldson, Justin Turner, you can keep going on. Go check out the list. Adrian Beltre was doing his thing. Kyle Seager. Like, it was just a league. Jose Ramirez. It was a league full of third basemen just kind of like happening. It's tough for me because I got lost in a bunch of these superstars. But right now I'm looking around the league, and I always got to bring it to me, Jake.
Yeah,
don't shake your head at me.
I know. That's on me.
Yeah. Come on, you know this. You know how this show works, pup. God, you got me. I lost my train of thought. In this league right now, we got a lot of like young, very, very good shortstops. People that are really like, making you watch the game. Start off with Bobby Witt, who is a face of our game. I think Ellie De La Cruz is just as big of a face of our game as Bobby Witt is, and Debate me on that. Go talk to the youth. They love Ellie De La Cruz. Okay. He's having a phenomenal start to the year. In fact, he leads all these guys I'm about to talk about in F4 right now. Colson Montgomery's a guy we're seeing come up and do this. Kevin McGonigal, your guy, has been phenomenal. We can talk about Mason Wynn, Zach Neto. All these guys are 25 and under. CJ Abrams busting out. Gunnar Henderson needs to figure it out. Connor Griffin is in this category, and by the end of it, might be near the top of it. Mentioned with Bobby Witt, and I'm putting Colson Montgomery already up there and what he's been able to do. But Connor Griffin, after struggling offensively through his first 19 games, has turned the corner. It started at Milwaukee in a game where he had 3 hits. And right from then on, or at that point, 182, 247, 242 for the 489. It wasn't looking good for him. Yeah. He wasn't feeling good. Since that, Jake, he's played in 16 games, 339 batting average, 403 on base, 576 slug for the 979 OPS. The numbers are starting to look respectable. I think we're going to get to a point where we're probably looking at all-star Connor Griffin. And a lot of that's going to have to do with his popularity, and I think people are going to vote for him in Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh's going to be kind of in the mix. But this guy, I fought it for a long time. Is essentially kind of why I'm giving this award. I fought it for a long time. Like, there's so much hype around this guy. There's just no way that he's going to live up to it. And then you watch him come up, and even when he was struggling, I'm like, dude, this guy looks like a ball player. Like, it's not really affecting him. Like, the maturity level is there, and now he's putting it all together with, like, performance on the field. And you watch this guy run, and you watch him play defense, and you watch the power that he has, and like just the at-bats he's putting up. I think it's gonna end up being Bobby Witt and Connor Griffin, like, top shortstops in baseball before we know it. And I want to let you guys know, make sure you start paying attention, because it's happening right now in front of our eyes.
20 years old. The light bulb seems to just be on. Going dead center in San Francisco. That's a tough one. And yeah, I mean, a couple of those defensive highlights, like, those are, to pick it, to get up, not bounce the throw. Like, you gotta be a beast. Deal. He's a beast.
Do you know what? So, in Pittsburgh, that left field kind of shoots out, bullpen kind of comes in, so there's a corner there.
Connor's corner.
So the reason they call it that, for people that don't know, yeah, you're a ball knower, you probably know. He would hit with his pops, like, in this facility that had hit tracks, which is like, you can put, like, the field up on the screen and you see where your ball goes. You get, like, exit velos and all that stuff. And his dad was like, we're peppering that. And he just kept peppering that corner. He's like, that's Connor's corner right there. And he mentioned it on the broadcast. I believe it was in maybe his debut, maybe his second game or something like that. But to, like, have, like, that's already called Connor's corner.
Right.
It's like Judge's Chambers in right field at Yankee Stadium. Like, I don't know, man. It's pretty cool. He's handling it very, very well, essentially.
When a stadium feature is named after a guy and it works, pretty sick. Pesky Pole. That's cool. McCovey Cove.
Plouffe Pen in Minnesota. So many balls into that bullpen.
I'm glad that you do bring up Colson Montgomery a lot, Trev, because he's off to a good start to this season. He's 24. He's played 111 games. He has 31 homers and a 4.5 WAR. Like, his 162 game average would be a 6.5 WAR season and 45 homers from the shortstop position, because Chicago kind of stunk, and there are all these shortstops you can get caught up in. You're right. We got a fresh crop right now, brother.
Can I just talk real quick? Because right now he's also Montgomery leading in like defensive value for F4. I asked Eno Saris, I'm like, talk to me about these defensive metrics. Like, what's like a real sample size? Like, because we're looking early on in the season, I feel like I can't trust these things. Like, is Luis Ariz really this good? What the hell is going on? Right. And he said to normalize and to get a real feel on defensive value, you need 2 to 3 years of batted balls.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
It's tough. I don't know what to tell you. I love you picking Eno's brain. I'd hope he loves it.
He hates it. Oh my God, he hates it.
I could see that too.
Yeah, I think Eno doesn't like me, like deep down.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Doesn't
I don't care. I'm still gonna text him.
I think irrelevant. Okay. Great stuff. Trev, amazing award. Go Pirates go. They face the Rocks. Skeens, Keller, McGinsky. Good luck. And then a little Philly Pittsburgh action this weekend. Drink some Yinglings, get into a fist fight. My award, Trev, I'm going to go with the I Hope the Nerds Notice award. I hope the nerds notice. We talk about the nerds a lot. Probably too much. That I was excited. I mentioned was gonna sneak some snakes in here because again, they've been just drifting a couple games under 500, moving along. Dalton Feely, who our lead researcher, Warehouse Games, you see him in a lot of places with Jomboy Media. Big Snakes fan. And he was stoked to see that Ryan Waldschmidt, the top prospect outfielder for the D-backs, was getting the call. And it was fun, man. You know, Yankees land, we were like, ooh, Spencer Jones is getting called up. Let's see what we got. Dalt's like, I get to see my new outfielder, Ryan Waldschmidt. Tough for Alec Thomas. That we'll see the next steps for him. But the D-backs are moving on, and there's a lot of this baseball season. And what if Waldschmidt's a guy and Corbin Burns comes back at some point? Trev, what I liked, besides his extra base hit and 3 RBI on Mother's Day, welcome to the big boy team. Trev, do you know how they got him?
Ooh. No.
Ryan Waldschmidt was selected with the player performance incentive pick that the Diamondbacks got from Corbin Carroll winning the 2023 NL Rookie of the Year award. So, you're talking about the young talent in the game. I think on the pitching side right now, I think the whole league has figured out, like, hide some of your young pitchers to the end of the year. Like, I think we're going to see a lot of teams that have very different bullpens and rotations come the end of the year because, I mean, look at Savage. Look at Schlittler last year. Like, if you can kind of keep your secret weapon tucked away for a little bit and then bring him out come October, that's what some of these better teams are going to be doing. Hey, if you've got a dude, play him. And I hope that there's some, again, I think any team would love to have a Rookie of the Year. Actually, I don't. We've seen teams still try to hide their top prospects to try to secure that extra year of service time. Well, you know, it'd be great. Basically a first-round pick that if they're good, you get them for 6 years. So I don't know. I know it's easy to say, hey, I'd love to have a guy win Rookie of the Year and have Corbin Carroll. That's a layup. But now you also get this dude. You might have your 2 outfielders for the next half decade because Corbin Carroll played well for your team. So I don't know how you can compute that into our binder or their binder, but I thought it was pretty cool that that's one of those random rules, which, by the way, midweek episode, we're talking about some of the rules apps. It was cool to see kind of some fruition come from that, yeah, play the good young players in this game because it helps the sport move along.
It's been one of the better rules implemented because for a long time, there was just no thought of that. It was, we're not going to bring you up for 3 or 4 weeks because, yes, we are going to get that extra year of service time. And if you're running your business, like, is it a tough thing to do? Yes, but is it probably like the right thing to do? If you're being honest, yeah, it was. But now with this incentive program, I think that it's at least made teams hesitate, and at best it's forced the hand a little bit. So yeah, I'm into it. That's a great note on him. I did not know that. But it could serve, yeah, definitely serve it as an example to all these other dang teams. I always think if you're running an organization, like, I get the extra year of service time, but put the best 26 guys out there. Put the best 26 guys out there from the get-go, because how often do we see the season come down to 1 or 2 games, man? And just vibes of putting your best 26 out there is that's what you need. Teams can feel it when you're not fielding your best team. Bottom line. So,
well, and
I'm happy for you, for Dalt, and for Taylor Jackson.
A Diamondbacks team that operates a little differently sometimes. Torey Lovello calling in the whole starting rotation into his office. They haven't been a very big part of the story of this season, where if they were in the AL, they'd be one of the best teams. They're 19-20. They're not clicking on a ton of cylinders, but they're also calling up a top prospect, Erod, coming into form after that big free agency a few years ago. Like that was my thought. Like we're gonna see Corbin Burns at some point this season. And I think I got reminded of that. I think our social team posted the video of him and Tom Payne yelling at each other from the dugout a few years ago, which was really good. But yeah, play the good young players. Thank you to SeatGeek. Use code TALKIN2026, 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. People, there will be a midweek episode. I guess we'll let you know. We did record it on Friday. We did some big zoom out rules picture stuff to get ahead of it so we could have some flexibility with this week. But hey, let us know how you like this episode. Let us know how you like the next episode. We love you. We love you. We'll see you Wednesday. And then we'll see you Friday. Right?
Yeah,
Mother's Day.
Had a great one.
Love that.
Jake sucks. Had my mom divorced. Mother-in-law divorced. My wife still happily married to me. Took care of all of them. Cooked them a meal. Got them gifts.
Wow.
Made a video for Olivia. I edited the whole thing.
How'd the vid come out?
Hilarious.
Nice.
Still working on some things.
A little ball and play coming at you in our warehouse. Be sure to check out our latest Captain's League tournament rolling out on Warehouse Games YouTube channel. Link to Game 1 is in the description. Check it out. It's a good time.